eXp World Holdings, the parent company of eXp Realty, symbol EXPI on the NASDAQ, released their first quarter earnings results for 2023 this week. The results surprised analysts, but some of the news stories that came along with the results may affect the decision of agents thinking about joining eXp or not. So if you're curious, stay tuned as we take a look at the stories behind the news this week. So let's start by taking a look at some of the numbers from the first quarter 2023 earnings report and the meaning behind some of those numbers as it relates to us, the agents and shareholders. So the first was the big surprise. The consensus estimate from analysts was that eXp would report a loss of 6 cents per share. When in actuality, we reported earnings of 1 cent per share. And that's a surprise to the upside on earnings of 116.67%, which obviously is really, really cool, especially given the turndown that we had in the third and fourth quarter of 2022. Now, earnings and revenue were both down slightly from exactly 12 months ago, the first quarter of 22. Hey, but that's to be expected. That was the height of the pandemic, and things definitely tailed off in the third and fourth quarter of last year. Now, other numbers that were notable were one, positive net income of $1.5 million. This one I think is really cool. Agent growth. Year-over-year agent growth was increased by 12%. We're now at 87,000 agents and we're in 24 global markets. Our international operations achieved a record revenue, increasing more than 52% year over year. We generated $39 million of operating cash flow as a company. And this one I think is almost the coolest of them all, is that the board of directors declared a cash dividend of 4.5 cents per share, which means all of us agents, all of us shareholders are going to receive a dividend of 4.5 cents for every share of stock that we own, which I think is really, really cool. Now, all these great numbers are absolutely reflected in the price as it trades right now. I'm looking at my screen right now, and for the previous 5 days, we are up over 12% for the week. That's cool. I like it, and the market seems to like it too. Now let's take a look at another piece of news that I think is really important for any independent agent, team, even brokerage that's thinking about making the move from wherever they are now over to eXp, whether or not that's a good idea. eXp released this week a summary of some of the top teams around North America that made the move over to eXp. So let's just take a look at this real quick. I'm going to read down a list here. I have it on my screen. The first off is a $365 million team from British Columbia, Canada, from Remax. Katrina and the team made the move over. Next on my list here is a $245 million team from Washington State. Park Place Brokerage, an independent broker, came over and took their operations over to eXp. After that, a $144 million team from upstate New York, formerly with Keller Williams. That's the Shannon McCarthy team, made the move over to eXp. Followed by Gold to Sold, which is run by an Olympic speed skating gold medalist from Compass, a $153 million team, made the move over in the first quarter to eXp. The list goes on. We now have a $110 million team from New Jersey, from Lux Life Real Estate Group, an independent, followed by the Tampa Bay home team, Keller Williams, $86 million team. We have the Move DMV team, which is a District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia, a Keller Williams team that made the move to eXp, doing $78 million in volume. And the list just goes on and on. There's about 19 on this list total, and I added it up. That is over $1.6 billion of volume that moved over in the first quarter of 2023, and that's just the top 18 or so teams. There's obviously hundreds and thousands of more agents that are making this decision to align their business with eXp. So the question is, if these big teams, these mega teams, make the move and they see it as the right fit to continue to grow their business and achieve their goals, their family's goals, serve their clients at the highest possible level, these teams don't make moves that will damage or tarnish their business or their image. So if it's right for them, I think you can answer the question, will it help you or improve your business? I feel strongly that it will. The opportunity is absolutely here, and you're aligning yourself with some of the best in the industry. So if you're thinking of making a move, obviously reach out. Love to have that conversation.